Good Monday to everybody. First day of the working off for just about everybody. Hey, thanks for clicking play and checking out all the weather with me. My name is Jewel, and this is the Weather Channel of J7409. Of course, we're looking down right here at this system number 15. We're going to check out the weather. We're going to check out today's high temperatures. And lots of people over in the western section of the state, especially at the higher elevation areas and those cities, are going to get whopped with a snowstorm. We'll check out the space weather and weather in general, so don't go anywhere. Taking a look at the Goes East band number 13, you can see here it is right here. It doesn't look like a whole lot right now, does it? Well, it is going to ramp up. And more than likely, before it makes complete landfall, it will be a hurricane. We got Jamaica right here, as you can see. We got the Grand Cayman Island. You guys are under a tropical storm warning right now. Now, like I said, it doesn't look like a lot because it has changed very, very little in the overnight organization. Now, it looks like that it still lacks significant organized convection, as you can see, and it needs that to be a tropical storm. All this stuff has to be going around a little bit, and it's not. Now, we're going to check out the winds. I think they're around 40. We'll go check it out with the National Hurricane Center. It looks like mid-level anticyclone to the north of this system. It should maintain a westward to westward track for, say, the next 48 hours or so. Then as this high is going to shift westward, the system looks like it's going to turn west-southwest when it nears the coast of Belize or either eastern Yucatan. Now, it should be noted that the forecast track could undergo some additional adjustments until the circulation center becomes a little better defined. And it is also expected that this system will require significant convection organization to make transition to a tropical cyclone in the next 12 hours or so. So that's why Jamaica and Grand Cayman, you need to make sure you got your stuff ready in case this thing just goes right over you. Now, during the next couple of days, the system and the tropical cyclone will be going across, as we all know, some very warm waters and also moving through fairly moist air mass. Now, the upper level winds look like, by all of the global models, to become increasingly anticyclonic, which should enhance the outflow of the area. Therefore, this is going to make strengthening appear, and it looks like it's going to continue to strengthen once it gets through this little area here and forms this circulation a little better for a hurricane. And it looks like the hurricane status before landfall in Belize or the eastern Yucatan Peninsula. Now, also, once again, tropical storm conditions are possible within this tropical storm watch beginning today for Jamaica and Tuesday for the Grand Cayman Island. And interest in the coast of Central America, especially near Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, you should keep up with the progress of this system because you're probably going to get some watches and warnings a little later on in the early part of this week. Looking like right now, high winds at least 80, could be 100 miles per hour. Over at the National Hurricane Center, here is 15 right here. Latest wind report, 40 miles per hour, pressure 1,006 millibars. It's still a little high for the pressure there. It's located 15.8 north, 76.1 west. It's moving west right now at 12 miles per hour. And yes, it is going to form at 90% chance, probably by later today or early tonight. From the National Hurricane Center on the track here, we have it right now as of 8 a.m. this morning. It is still not organized, but looking like pretty soon it's going to be. And they have it just south of Jamaica. But folks, let me tell you what. Jamaica, you could get some rain out of this. You could get 1, 2, 3, 4 inches, possibly 6 inches of rain. And here we have Grand Cayman Island, where you see the yellow. This is a tropical storm warning you need to be ready for. Looks like it will remain this tropical storm until that pressure moves up, like I told you about. The winds calm down, and then boom, it turns into a hurricane and comes in somewhere on their map looking like around Belize City. Be sure and go over to the community page. I'll have all of the watches and warnings and update for the system posted there. I will try to keep them up to date as best as I can for you guys. Also, winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories and high wind advisories in effect for today and the next 3 days as these storms push through from the west coast are posted over there. Please go over to the community page and check it out. Over on the Euro tracking model, here we go right here. Today, 46 mile per hour winds are going to be happening by later this afternoon. It will become that tropical storm as the National Hurricane Center map showed, moving right along. You can see it increasing. Now, this Euro model has it up to around 81 miles per hour come Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday, this is a Category 1 hurricane, so looking like it over the Belize area now. However, this track change a little. We'll have to wait and see, but this is pretty much what it's looking like. We'll bring the map down to size. You can see I've got this set for around 10 this morning. The morning hours, you can see right in here, these winds, 30 miles per hour. This is what some of these will get over in Jamaica. I don't think your winds will get too out of hand. Hopefully, you'll be able to handle it because it's still making up to be a tropical storm. It's not a tropical storm yet. And you can see as it moves around here, you guys, the winds will start to pick up. This is around, I'd say around 7 o'clock tonight. Then it starts to leave your area and your winds die down in Jamaica. But the waters all around you are going to be very, very rough. And you can see still the circulation isn't there conform enough to make it a big bad hurricane yet, but that will come up. Now we're at Wednesday morning around 8 a.m. You can see here is the center of circulation right here as it is approaching Belize, Yucatan Peninsula areas right up in this area here. What are the winds right now? Now these winds are going to be 42 mile per hour wind gusts. Could be more, could be less. We'll have to wait and see when it goes through all the other things it has to go through. But as you move up to around 7 p.m. that night, you can see now the center of circulation right here, coming in right here around Belize City, somewhere in this area here. The winds may not be as strong. You know, the winds are always stronger in the northeastern quadrant as this is moving around, as you can tell. But you are going to have it very windy there. It's going to be very rainy there. So please be aware of what's going on. Stay safe if you're in any of these areas right here. It would not surprise me if maybe the second week in November we have more things to watch. Maybe 1, 2, possibly 3 things before the month is over. This is on the 9th. It's way out, and I don't like to go out but so far, as you know, but this is showing up here. We have a low here up around Georgetown. This is a big low here. But other things can happen. Now, this is the Euro model showing this. We have tropical waves everywhere coming up. So, this is the Euro model. We will check out the GFS model right quick. See what it's going to look like as it changes over. If it's got this low here and this low here. On the GFS, it has the low that was down here around Georgetown already moving up. See, it's a big low, but then it has a smaller low in the middle, looking like it's going towards Florida. So who knows, folks? We'll check it out. Don't panic. Just make sure everybody has everything ready right now. Don't put your hurricane stuff away aside. We have another month of hurricane season. Looking at severe weather for today, well, there's not going to be any. Yeah, a lot of us have a good chance of maybe some rain popping up, maybe an occasional thunderstorm, but nothing significant with damaging winds, tornadoes, or hail. That chance of rain goes down from mid-Florida all the way down south, and in portions of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, moving all the way up to southern New Jersey. And of course, yes, Texas is in this too, as you can see, for a chance of some rain today, but nothing that should be horrific, I'll put it that way. But I'm just telling you, as I did yesterday, look out come Thursday and Friday of this coming week. So now is a good time if you want to get outside and do anything to do it, because we more than likely are going to be having very severe weather down in these areas coming up in a few days. Daytime highs today, pleasant for some, doggone cold for others. We'll start over here. We'll go up northeast. You can see like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. You guys are going to be in the upper 50s to say lower 60s all the way down through Pennsylvania. Massachusetts, you're looking like somewhere, if you're on the eastern seaboard, around 66 degrees. Moving right on down, we'll get to Virginia borderline, North Carolina borderlines, as you can see, will be in the 70s, 70 to 75, somewhere along that area. Moving right along, you can see looking like Oklahoma, the whole state, you should be in the lower 70s. Texas, you should be in the lower 70s to maybe mid 75 degrees. And here's where all the cold starts. All our friends up in Canada know about it as it's moving down, and this is what's going to bring snow to these areas here, okay? So yes, it's cold in these areas, very, very cold. Not going to warm up for a few days at least. So go ahead, prepare, get your wood stockpiled, do what you need to do to stay warm. Checking out the space weather from the sun. Right now, you can see we haven't had anything going on as of today yet, okay? We do have a chance of some things going on, though, and this is why I wanted to bring up the space weather, the sun weather today. You can see today, October 31st, it's going to climb with the KP index up to 4. That's what's going to make that disturbance increase. I'm just telling you guys, every time the KP goes up, we have tropical storms and hurricanes form. And you can see it's going to remain that way tomorrow and for the early part of Wednesday, right in here. And that's when it should make landfall. So see, it's got plenty of time to ramp up to at least a Category 1 hurricane. Now, so far as everything else going on, looking like solar radiation storms, today through the 2nd, they're looking very low, just 1% of that happening. And so far as solar radiation storms, it's looking like for radio blackouts, today we have a chance at 5% all the way through Wednesday of an R1 or an R2 flare, and only a 1% chance, that's a good thing, of an R3 or greater. Well, check out the NAM map, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. And folks, we do have this steady stream of moisture ahead of a wave of a low pressure that's tracking along the front. It's already bringing moderate to locally heavy precipitation into the Pacific Northwest, with rain at low elevations and snow near the higher elevations, and especially if you live in the mountains areas of those areas. In the mountain peaks, you guys are under some snow that's coming. Now, it also looks like, meanwhile, we got a weakening area of low pressure, and that is associated with fronts that are currently spreading all of this unsettled weather into the eastern United States. Scattered showers and some embedded thunderstorms can be expected, as I showed you, and some could pop up around the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and into the nearby Appalachians today. And we got a cold air mass. It's going to filter in behind the front through a large portion of the western United States by Wednesday morning. Now, these storm watches and advisories I put up go through Wednesday, and they got snow in them, folks. Now, it looks like while the west is cool, southerly flow ahead of the potential cold front will bring a surge of warm air, as we've seen on the temperature map today, northward through the plains. So that's what it's looking like right now with all the weather around us, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for everything you do for me. I love you all. I love you so much. You are truly my YouTube family and friends. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the J7409 Weather Ensemble in the bottom right-hand corner. Click that bell and check off all to make sure that you get all my latest weather videos. Peace, love, and kindness to all. Don't forget to share this video. I love you. Thanks for watching.